So yesterday I was at work and we've hired some new people. So a lot of my colleagues are younger than me. They're like your age, maybe a little older than you. And they have this dependency that I'm noticing on Chat GPT. So we were having a conversation yesterday and my argument was that we're getting too dependent on AI and Chat GPT.
And Chat GPT do be clutch though. I do be asking that Chat GPT some things.
So I understand it from a practical sense. Like I know some people use it for like meal prep. Like, hey, I have $50. What can I make for dinner this week? 100%. I'm talking about like people using it to write emails.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't, because I got a certain way. I got a lot in my brain on the regular, so I don't really need Chat GPT to help me write the emails. I'll be having Chat GPT like explain some shit to me. Like one time I asked Chat GPT, hey man, what happens when you just don't miss somebody?
Oh my God.
And of course, Chat GPT started getting deep. I don't really ask him to like write emails and stuff like that because I don't.
Because some of them use it to write emails, and I'm like, by the time you tell it what you want to say, you could have just typed the email yourself. And they're like, oh, you sound like an old man. Get off my lawn.
Not get off my lawn.
And in this case, I will wear that as a badge of honor because I will never use artificial intelligence to write an email for me. Like I can write my own emails.
I mean, technically, when you was born, Reagan was president or close to it.
No, he was not. I was nowhere near the Reagan administration.
Oh, so you was near the Jimmy Carter administration.
Who was president in let's see.
This brother gonna say he was president during the Jimmy Carter days.
Oh, sugar! It was
George W. the first one.
Yeah, it was George W.
My boy was in there.
Reagan had just left, so yes, it was W.
You saw the generational passing of the torch from George Bush to George W.
Yeah, well, I was a baby when Dad was in office. So when I started to come into consciousness, Bill was in office.
Hey, you was like, wait a minute, what did Bill do wrong?
Well, yeah, what is he talking about? I would like to try.
Yo, Bill, how you just gonna go up there and say I did not have sexual relations with that woman? And they was like, well, are you sure?
Like he's like, sex is penetration. I got the neck. He said, I got the neck. That ain't the same thing.
Well, I mean, Bill, technically,
that's why he used those words very carefully.
I did not have sexual intercourse with that woman. Well, I mean, technically.
Yeah, relations to him. That's what old people said for sex. He was like, oh no, sex is penetration. I did no such thing.
I mean, well, that is true. Like I'm with him to a T. I'm with him to a point. It is penetration. Like,
he is just an elite liar. If every man, well, not every man.
That was his way of saying it's not against the law to be horny.
Yeah,
but they said, all right, but you can't get under oath and lie about being horny.
And he was like, okay, well, what's the line? I'm sure he had a whole team. How can we phrase this? And you know what he did? He got some.
After seeing what Donald Trump has been impeached for, do you think it was right for them to go after Bill the way they did? Because I look back on it and said, man, if y'all was gonna get Bill out of here for getting a little tippity top, we gotta reevaluate some things.
A little what?
A little tippity top.
You see that man hosting Toyota. You see that man hosting Toyotathon at the Oval today?
Who?
Trump.
Bill?
No. He had all them Teslas out front like it was Toyotathon.
Oh, are you talking about 6.5?
Yeah, 45, 47. Go look at that joint. All them Teslas in front like it's a dealership.
Let's see. Trump doing a Tesla. Yo, he's just standing outside. Here's the thing about Trump, man. the way he be standing just be looking so doofy.
Like he can't bend his knees.
It looks so doofy. He just looks so doofy.
Oh, Tesla's 30% off. Come now.
Tesla's a really, really, really good product. Really good. I know the owner. He's a really good guy. I'm telling you right now, these are fine vehicles. You can get in them and you can just get straight to where you're looking to go.
It's funny. And they're like, so are you driving yours? No.
Well, no, I got a driver for that. It's like, all right, well, yeah. I would like to, but we got a driver, unfortunately. This guy is fucking hilarious. Yo, and he's really a president.
Twice.
Like, he's really a president. Let me ask you something. Have you watched by chance any episode of Could Have Been Love?
No, what is that?
So you know Drewski.
Oh, that's his show.
That's his love reality show.
So I've seen clips, especially with like the little person, and he picks her, and she get in the car, and she really think like this is real. I saw that on Twitter, and I was like,
I was on YouTube yesterday because that's where because I usually watch the Pat McAfee show directly from YouTube, so it's not all censored like it is on ESPN.
Oh, I didn't know it was uncensored on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you can hear they still leave out some words, but it's
okay.
It's like straight cuss words. They keep all of them in there. I think the things they edit out are like the things that they know that.
Like when he says the N word.
Maybe not. Maybe,
okay.
Maybe so.
When AJ Hawks.
Maybe so when he says some shit that might get a ball club upset. You really think Pat McAfee would be up there dropping the N word?
Yes, I believe Pat McAfee uses the N word.
He don't even look like. Well, maybe it's because I watch enough of him. He don't even look like one of the real racist whites.
You don't have to be. He looks like
he looks like one of the bro whites, the party harder type whites.
You've been around those whites. Who says the N word the most? The party whites or the racist whites?
I'm gonna say the racist whites.
I'm gonna say the party whites.
I think for where Pat so you would think Stone Cold Steve Austin gets it off too?
I don't think he's a party boy. Like I think Gronk says it too.
I think
100%.
I think Gronk, Pat McAfee, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, if they walked into a bar, they would all have the same type of night. That's what I think. I put them all in the same category. They just crazy CAWBs, crazy ass white boys.
I would another one under the radar who probably says the N word, Edge.
All right. Now you're just talking. I'm not believing a Canadian white man says it.
That's why I said under the radar, not Sami Zayn. Also, Cody Rhodes.
Now Cody might be. Yo, Cody.
Cody lives in Atlanta.
Fuck you up, yo. Travis got fucked up. Yo. I just know when Cody Rhodes walked that backstage, looked at Travis Scott like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
What the fuck was that?
Travis Scott smacked the fuck out of, like, slapped the shit out of him.
Like he just beat, didn't he just beat the case for Astro World and he just went and punched Cody Rhodes in the face?
Yeah, Cody was on Raw. I mean, SmackDown on Friday, and I was like, oh my good lord, this ain't.
I thought they were faking. No, that was a real black eye.
Man. But back to Could Have Been Love, right? It could have been love. Man, I started watching one episode, and I got like 20 minutes in, and I dead ass just yelled at the TV. Now, there's no way Drewski's fucking serious with this show right now. And then I watched episode 2, and it only got more and more ridiculous. But let me tell you about the episode I watched last night. So, episode 2 or 3, he brought Young M.A. on as like a guest. Here's the thing. He got a small person in there.
Yes.
He got regular women in there with BBLs and whatnot. Just typical 20-25 women with BBLs and without BBLs. And he also has studs in there. And they're all seriously competing for Drewski's love and $50,000. I need you to understand, when I watch this, I'm just like, there is no way this show is dead ass serious.
I gotta watch it now. I'm sold.
Episode 4, they brought in Dr. Umar.
Are any of the women white? Oh God.
First thing they said is, I know they didn't bring Dr. Umar. First thing Dr. Umar says is, I know they didn't bring Dr. Umar in here to evaluate a bunch of snow bunnies. Snow bunnies. Then he said, snow bunnies never, black wings forever.
And what is this called?
Could have been love. So one of the first women up there, she's spicy white. She Lebanese.
Okay.
So Dr. Marcia, and first question he asked her is, why do you want to date a black man, a black king? She says, that question's kind of fucking racist. he said, yeah, maybe to you because you don't understand why I'm asking it. And then, of course, he got into his usual consciousness over coochie, politics over punani, institution over intimacy.
Okay. How long are the episodes?
Man, they're like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour each.
Okay.
So it's just ridiculous. He had the mud wrestling there. I think the little short girl. He had a mud wrestling in the last episode. I think the little short girl tore her ACL.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to find it.
Another episode, the episode with Young and May, they brought a yoga instructor out there.
Oh, I said, would they take him shooting with Young M.A.?
No. It was a yoga instructor.
Not Young M.A. doing yoga.
No, Young M.A. was interviewing the.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, Lord.
They brought a yoga instructor out here. It's this big, swole black dude, bruh. So why he trying to help all the ladies like get into some different positions and whatnot? Why he get over to he was trying to get them to do handstands, and the shorter girl, the smaller person girl, obviously she was trying to do it, and her name is Nugget. She was trying to do it and was kind of struggling. Why the yoga instructor just pick her up by her feet and just no, I can't do it to my dog. But imagine, bro, just imagine a small person trying to do a handstand, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta put them legs up." And then he was like, "Here, this is how you do it."
That's got to be embarrassing. I feel so bad for her.
Nah, when you watch it and see some of the contestants in here, you're going to say, "There's no way Drewski's fucking serious right now, bruh." Hot ass mess.
Send help, Jesus.
Hot ass mess. Listen, Dr. Umar was like, "Yo, in this country, we got black people and we got ninjas. I need y'all to stop acting like ninjas."
I'm intrigued, but I'm scared.
Oh no, you're gonna watch it and say, "Oh no, my people got set back maybe about 10, 15 years."
I am scared, but I'll give it a spin. How
many years forward did you think O.J. Simpson moved our people when he beat that case?
Oh, not far enough, but we don't get 45 and 47.
Yo, it is. All right, so I was watching a video, and we can get started after this. I was watching a video, which is so funny because, listen, a lot of what 45/47 go up there and say be some bullshit. Like it be some bullshit. But what I am starting to find out is there are people who are vehemently anti-45/47, but don't know what they don't know about what they think they know.
I'm listening.
So I'm watching a video, and it was basically about this guy was having a sit-down talk with like people. It was regular people. This guy obviously he's very, very well knowledged in politics, what's going on and stuff like that. So the argument was DEI. And
I saw that. Yes.
And my man just sat down in front of him and was arguing him that government agencies or federal agencies can get tax cuts. And he was like, no, they don't. Government agencies can't get tax cuts. They're literally the government. Like, what?
They're funded by tax dollars.
Yeah. And he was like, literally, they're funded by tax dollars. And he was like, so that's why they have them, so they can hire people and get tax breaks. And he was like, yeah, no. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and come up here and say that I am pro 45/47 because I'm not. But I do think it's important that if you're going to be so against what that administration does, you have to kind of know what they're doing. And if you don't know what they're doing, you might be more part of the problem than you are the solution that you think you are.
I just assume that people are stupid until proven otherwise.
Well, I mean, you always got to assume that people are stupid. But I'm starting to just get to a point where it's like, okay, if we like, you should believe in who you want to believe in politically and fundamentally and all that. But like, you can't just be going out here talking bullshit, and that's on both sides, whether you agree with them or not. You just can't. Like, sometimes it's okay to just be unknowledgeable and just say
quiet.
And just be quiet and just maybe go and do research. Or listen, there are some people who know that they'll never know enough about politics and they just don't want to get too deep into it. Like, hey, man.
I firmly believe that we should go back to bullying stupid people, because there used to be a time where someone would say something stupid and
shut
people,
the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. Or, or you're around a group of friends and your homies say, hey, dog, like, maybe you should just sit this one out.
Oh, yeah. Now, bring back telling your friend to sit this one out so he don't make himself sound stupid.
Yes. Like, where are your true friends? Like, you go to the barbershop, say something stupid, like, hey, dog, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit.
You go in there, and say some shit like, hey, man, Playboy Cardi rap better than Jay-Z. Man, shut the whose man is this?
Whose is this?
Like, whose man is shut up?
Or, dog, you got to get out and you can't come back.
You got to. Don't come back. Yeah, don't come back with that bullshit. Where do you think that art got lost at? Social media?
Yeah, social media and the idea that everyone has a voice that we have to listen to. Like, listen to both sides. No, I don't have to listen to stupid people. I don't have to listen to someone telling me 5G causes cancer. No, that guy's an idiot.
And we should just go back to certain people just shouldn't have opinions. Like, that's okay for certain people to just not have opinions, or for us to just not hear their opinions. We need to do more of that. Like, where did everybody wanted to just be nice and not call people stupid? But it's okay to call. Here's my thing. If you saw a group of your homies talking about the NFL, but you just a real big NBA head, are you going to go up in there talking about some? Yeah, I think Josh Allen would average 30 and 20. It's like 30 and 20 and what?
And who?
Like, shut up. That's how you sound. You don't hear someone saying, yo, Giannis would average 70 catches and 1,100 yards if he played in the NFL. It's like, no, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah, no, he wouldn't.
Like, and that'd be that thing with, like, everyone's like, oh, if LeBron if he played in the NFL, it's like, yo, dog, let me tell you something. He would be nowhere near as longevity wise as he is now if he played football.
No, he would be Aaron Hernandez. Skill wise, well, he's the same size as Gronk, though, right? Sometimes I think we forget how big LeBron James is.
No, he's pretty big. Listen, it's hard for me to say that he might be on that Aaron Hernandez time, because that boy Aaron Hernandez, he liked the men's in jail. He really liked the men.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm just talking about physically. Yeah, he's 6'9".
That brother was freaky for real.
Okay, wow. He's taller than Gronk. So Gronk is 6'6". LeBron is 6'9".
Yeah, no, LeBron's a behemoth of a man. A behemoth of a man.
I sometimes just think we forget how big he is.
And can you believe there are people who are like, oh, you think LeBron what do you think LeBron would come in this era and play? It's like, yo, dog, this guy's a fucking tank. What are y'all gonna do when this man's coming down? Y'all think y'all just about to foul him? Like, one, he can't foul you back, or like, two, he just won't be physically stronger than you.
Like, he would murder you. Hold on. So LeBron is 6'9", 250. Guess how big Myles Garrett is?
Probably like 6'8".
6'4", 270.
Yeah.
LeBron is a D end.
You know, there's somebody out here who saw Myles Garrett get this new contract that we're about to talk about here shortly, and they're going to see him out in the club and want to pick a fight.
Good luck.
Good fucking luck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 176 of Speak On. You already know, when you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix. And of course, joined here every Tuesday by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, we have Mr. Danny Ocean. How we doing, man?
We're doing great. I shaved this morning. The sun is out longer. I'm going for walks again. Life is good.
That brother said he going for walks again. Hey, let that sun shine and glisten on that bald ass head, boy. That bald head.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Kyle said he definitely sees LeBron as a pass rush specialist in a 4-3 defense. Oof.
LeBron is just Hassan Reddick. Nah, he bigger than Hassan Reddick.
He's definitely bigger than Hassan Reddick, who we'll talk about today because he got a new deal today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what is today? Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. We are back again. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of NFL free agency to cover. Lots of bags we're giving out today. So we're going to start here with a little bit of NFL free agency talk. Then we'll get into a little bit of fantasy talk a little bit of hoops on the back end, talk a little wrestling towards the end, and then get out of here with a few more jokes like we started the show with. But let's get into NFL free agency. Danny, a lot of money was dropped between yesterday and today. In our notes, we have plenty of new signings. Talk to me about a few that you're really enjoying, or not enjoying, that you really thought were some impactful signings, and talk to me about some teams that you think are moving pretty smartly this offseason so far.
My favorite signing, we talked about this last week very briefly. I love Devontae Adams to LA.
It's a good one.
I think they're talking about releasing Cooper Kupp. I don't know, man. Something about having 3 elite route runners and getting Matthew Stafford back, who can put the ball in windows that other people can't, who can throw, who can make throws others can't. I don't know how you would guard that. Like Devontae and Puka is great, but those two, not Devontae and Puka on the outside are great, but man, having Coop in the slot, to me, that just sounds like an offense. Like, what do you do to that?
I think it has something to do with like cap implications or something like that, because there's just no reason for them not to.
You gotta try it for a year, man, because this is probably your last shot anyway. Devontae's old, Cooper Kupp is old, Matthew Stafford is old. Like, this is probably the last like legit chance. If you believe, right, because Sean McVay has gone on many a platform and said, I think we would have beat the Eagles, and then we would have hosted the NFC Championship game, and we'd have gone for that. If you think you're that close, that you were just one Jalen Carter sack away from hosting the NFC Championship game, I don't know why you wouldn't bring Cooper Kupp back.
And they really believe that too. I mean, even if you look at the game, they were a touchdown away from potentially walking off and winning that game.
Yeah, like Sean McVay has said, he said it after the game. I think he said it on McAfee last week. Like, that really burns his chaps, and that's a quote, that they didn't win that game 29-28. So if you think you're that close, right? If the Rams like, yep, we are one. If it wasn't for a Jalen Carter sack, we'd be in the NFC Championship game. I don't know how you can look yourself in the mirror and let Cooper Kupp just walk. That's 3 elite route runners. I don't care how old they are.
You know what's even crazy? Even thinking about that I'm talking from a Packers perspective. We dog walked the fuck out of the Rams when we played them. Like, we beat their ass.
I mean, Eagles beat their ass on that Sunday night game. Like, that long pass to Puka that put them in position, I'm pretty sure Slay slipped mid-route, and that's how it happened, right? So, like, I don't know, man. If the Rams think they're as close as they do, and if you look around the NFC, right, like you look, Geno is gone. JJ McCarthy is in Minnesota now. Like, the only real contenders, who you got? Detroit, Philly,
maybe. Detroit and Minnesota lost some good players, I'm gonna let everyone know now. This is not my bias. The Packers, the Packers kept all of their good players, and we added more good players. Y'all sleeping on the Pack next year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many the Packers, the Eagles. I don't think the Commanders have had a great free agency, but you can throw the Commanders in there.
That's your bias talking, because they've had a damn good free agency so far.
I think, but the money you gave Kinlaw, you could have gave Milton Williams. That's a lot for Laramie Tunsil. Granted, it's better than anything that they had.
Listen here. Okay, we'll start talking about some of these. Here's what I'll say about to the Milton Williams point. When you see the deal that he got from the Patriots, I think everyone else said that might be a little too rich for my blood.
And here's what I'll also say about the Commanders. Yes, I am down for the Laramie Tunsil trade. I think Laramie Tunsil is a great left tackle. But now you've pulled yourself out of the T. Higgins race. I would have gotten T. Higgins,
brother,
and gone from there.
It's not happening. Everyone, listen to me. The Cincinnati Bengals are holding T. Higgins hostage. And if it is like so evident, they are just holding him hostage. Like, it kind of it's legalized rich people slavery. They're dead ass saying, we're not letting you leave, but we really don't want to pay you either. So here, take this 20-something million and shut the hell up.
See you in training camp. But so the Eagles, the Packers, the Commanders, the Lions. Who's at 15? The Rams.
I would say the Rams before the Lions,
but I'm saying, like, it's that, like, it's not that many teams. If you're the Rams, like, I'd say you go for it and just see what happens, because the NFC isn't as top heavy as the AFC. Just give it a go. AFC got every team as a killer except the Chargers. Like, every team that makes the playoffs, you can talk yourself into they can win the Super Bowl. In the NFC, that is not the case. Like, those 6 and 7 teams, or whoever wins the NFC South, the other division that gets the second team in is the 6th seed. You might talk about, like, if it's the Eagles and Commanders again, and then whoever that 7th seed is, right? Whoever second place, not the Saints. The one will be the Bucks, right? Because you're only going to get one for NFC South. The Vikings with JJ McCarthy.
I want to get your thoughts on what Kyle was saying. So Kyle was responding to my comment that the Bengals are basically holding T. Higgins hostage and calling it rich people slavery. He says 26 million is slavery. I wish I could see 26 million in my whole lifetime, let alone 1 year's salary. Yes, 26 million is great money. And shout out to T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins and his camp believe they should be making more than 26 off a 1 year deal. He should be averaging probably around 26, 27, 28, 29, maybe even 30 mil a year to be playing football over the course of 3 or 4 years, which is likely what his running mate, Jamar Chase, is about to get. And T. Higgins has to sit there and watch someone else get paid that's not him.
Yeah, and Kyle, I think it's not about the money, it's the freedom of choice.
Yes. They are basically saying you won't even get they're basically saying you're not going to touch free agency, but we're also not going to get paid by us. So take this 26 million and be quiet. And I don't think that's fair.
Just like the thought of a draft. I know there have been some conversations about, like, the draft being, I don't want to say slavery, but it's the only professional sports are the only place where people don't get to pick where they work.
Well, I mean, that's because,
like, if there's a kid who graduates from MIT, Apple doesn't get to draft him. He has the right to choose. It's a free market, so the market dictates how much he makes.
But in that case, all the best players would always be like, "Well, I just want to go to the Chiefs and Eagles."
I mean, is it then the other teams need to make themselves more palatable, more appealing?
Kyle says he gets it that players hate the tag, but it's in the collective bargaining agreement. Players agree to it. Yeah, no, Kyle, I'm with you. They want to make sure they'd be able to smoke a little weed without.
Yeah, it's the players will never get until there's a slush fund to help fund players. During a strike, the players will never get the upper hand in collective bargaining. Never.
Um,
Yeah, and they also have fewer padded practices.
yeah, better practice. Let me tell you one team I want to highlight so far, the Denver Broncos. They have been making
Yeah, man.
they've been making some legitimate moves. Sean Payton said, "Hey, y'all thought that Russell Wilson shit was the real me? Nah, that ain't me." I like this Talanoa Hufanga
Yep.
uh move, that acquisition. I think that's my favorite acquisition so far. I know they also signed, who else did the Broncos sign?
They signed, I believe they signed half the 49ers defense. I think they signed Javon Hargrave too, I want to say.
Andre Greenlaw.
That's what it was. It wasn't Javon Hargrave. It was Dre Greenlaw. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
they re-signed Jared Stidham. They re-signed Michael Faboni and DJ Jones and Matt Pert. Then they signed Dre Greenlaw and Hufangwa, and then they let Zach Wilson walk. He got a deal in Miami, and then they also let Javonte Williams walk, who's now the running back for the Cowboys. Still
Yes.
curious on what the Cowboys are going to do with Rico Dowdle. I'm just gonna hold on to hope there.
Is there anything that you don't like before we get into the big ones?
I would say one move that made me raise an eyebrow was, what the hell are the Chargers doing? Najee Harris? Like, what are we talking about?
I wasn't like that's great, but also wasn't like that isn't bad.
That ain't moving no needles. That ain't moving no needles. That's
Cal
not.
said he'd like to get your thoughts on what the Packers are doing. What have you guys done? I haven't kept up with you guys.
So we signed Nate Hobbs, former corner from the
Mhm.
Las Vegas Raiders, kind of a bigger corner. He played a lot of slot. I think we'll bring him in to play the slot here, and we'll move Keyshawn Nixon to the outside, and then be curious to see who's opposite of him. We also signed Aaron Banks. He was one of the guards from the 49ers. So he's one of the many departing 49ers. I think what that does is I think we'll put him at likely right or left guard and have Elton Jenkins move from guard to center. So that way, I mean, I know we're probably not bringing back Josh Myers, so I think Elton Jenkins is probably going to be our new center. And we have not yet traded, excuse me, we have not yet traded Jair Alexander. Brian Gutekunst kind of came out and said, for now, he is not looking to move Jair, and that for now, Jair will be a Packer, which is my way. I think that's his way of saying that he just hasn't received a good enough trade for Jair Alexander yet. So he'll just be he'll continue to be a member of the Packers, which I'm not upset at. I'm not upset. Kyle said, "Why did the Packers pay 19 million per year to a guard when their biggest need was center, and the best center went for 14 million per year?" Yeah, best center went to the Bears. By the way, I think his name was I'm forgetting his name. David Moore or something like that. Something like
Let's
that.
see.
He was no, it was Dan something. He was a pretty good
Drew
center.
Dowman.
Drew Dowman. Yeah, Drew Dowman. He was a pretty good center. Kyle, I think it's because from the Packers perspective, I think that they felt like the drop off of moving. I think they felt like they by moving Elton Jenkins to center and bringing in Banks at right or left guard, that the downgrade from uh, Josh Myers to Elton Jenkins isn't as bad because because Banks is there at guard. So I think they just honestly, I think they just banked on the versatility of Elton Jenkins, which I'm okay with. I think, I knew we needed a little bit more depth at corner, so that way Keyshawn Nixon can maybe go out and play outside corner a little bit. I need to see what we're doing. I think I need to see what we're doing for wide receiver. I also think, Kyle, that just the way some of our offensive lineman versatility is, I think we have players who can play multiple positions. And with, we have our first rounder from last year, who was that, Jordan Moses or Jordan Andrews or whatever. I think his development will be pretty big, and they're banking on that. So I felt like they thought or they think that by moving Elton Jenkins to center, which they'll likely do, it won't be that much of a drop off. And with the development of Jordan and then bringing in Aaron Banks, we got some solid offensive linemen. So I'm not too mad at it. Hey, as long as they can move some big fellas and help Josh Jacobs run the ball, I'm not mad at it. All right, let's get to the big ones. Myles Garrett told them folks, you motherfuckers ain't seeing me ever play here again. They said, oh, really? How about $40 million a year? And he said, wait a minute, coming in now? Me? Drewski. Me? Now, hold on. Let me pull up the full details of the deal. So this deal, 4 years, $160 million with $122.7 million guaranteed. So, all right. So the guaranteed money, you just subtract the guaranteed money from the contract, which is how much they're making a year after that, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, brother. Oh my goodness. No way. I mean, no way they weren't the whole thing to him right now. But boy, oh my gosh. Yo, someone knock at the door. Hold on.
While you do that, my thoughts on the Myles Garrett deal. For those who don't know, Jalen Hurts, when he signed his contract extension, he said, money is nice, championships are better. Myles Garrett is saying the inverse. Championships are nice, but money is better.
Listen, and I want to shout out John Rivers on Twitter, because this is his agenda. Fuck them championships. Go get the money. Some days, let me ask you something. Some days, listen, I feel like when it comes to everybody but your own team, you be like, nah, you should go get that money. But when it comes to players of your team, you be like, but we're so close to winning the championship, though. We're so close to winning the championship. You ain't got to go take that money. In this case, Myles Garrett, I understand, brother.
I understand, too.
Nah, I understand, because, like, someone offered me $160 million to come sack the quarterback.
And here's the thing. You get the money with no expectations. We don't expect anything out of Cleveland. Like, y'all are going to be ass.
Not even that. You're a defensive lineman. You can go out here and have 10 sacks. If the offense is some ass, it don't even matter.
Don't matter.
Who is about to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? Jameis again? Oh, sign me the fuck up.
It's got to be Kirk Cousins. It's got to be Kirk.
Poor Kirk. I think that'd be so.
I mean, he got Jerry Jeudy.
That'd be so unfortunate. Jerry Jeudy going for 150 receptions.
Yeah, Njoku. Nick Chubb's a free. I don't think Nick Chubb has signed anywhere yet. He might be back. You think that's it?
Nick Chubb, go ahead and be a family man. What about Josh Allen resetting the QB market? What are your thoughts on that? The DEI MVP.
I love that we call him the DEI MVP. It's so funny because it's true. Shout out to the Bills for getting ahead of it, right? Because his annual salary, like Dak still averages more annual money. I think Josh is like third. Like, isn't it like Dak? I forgot who's second.
Is it J Love?
Yeah, it's either J Love or Justin. It's one of the two. And then he's like third or fourth. And he's tied to the team till, what is it, 2030?
Mm-hmm. Buffalo said, hey, man, this salary cap going to get ridiculous. Let's go ahead and get you your money now.
Yeah, which is genius, right? You don't react to the market, you set the market. You pay your guys early because the price of the brick, because what's looming over in the shadow is the Patrick Mahomes extension.
Yeah.
Because that's on the horizon. So you get in front of that, you get a starting point for Patrick. Cal, is he set? Okay, Josh is tied for second. In annual money. I just know Dak is still number one, right? So I love it for the Bills. He's your guy.
You know, Jerry just wanted to be able to say, yeah, no, my QB is the highest paid QB in the league. You know
he about to say I got the highest paid QB and the highest paid non QB because Michael Parsons is gonna break that Myles Garrett contract.
Really?
He's young. It doesn't. I know people are going to be like, he's not as good as Myles Garrett, but he is younger and he has potential.
But here's the thing: when you look at the stats since Market came in, and most of those defensive linemen statistics, right behind Myles Garrett is either T.J. Watt or Michael Parsons. So it's like, all right, if where you're ending up is near T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett in a lot of the same categories, don't you think you should be paid up there with them?
Yep.
It's not who's better, it's who gets paid first, because the next one's always going to get paid more.
Correct. And that's the other one on the horizon is the TJ Watt extension, because I think he's due. So
he's not due this year, but he's due next year, but they're trying to get the deal done. Now, JJ, his brother, has already came out and said they could have got that deal done last year. Cost him less. But now they're going to either get it done this year or next year, and it's going to be a pretty big.
The Myles Garrett one has changed so whoever the last of those three, like Jamar Chase is the last of the big receivers to get paid, you're going to get the bag, man. You're going to get your money.
What about the Eagles? What have you been thinking about some of the Eagles' departures and some of the moves they've been making?
The only one that surprised me was them trading CJ. That was it. All the other ones, like we expected Slay to be gone. Milton, they weren't going to be able to afford. Knew Josh Sweat was leaving. They re-signed Zach Bond. That was exciting. The CJ Gardner-Johnson trade today kind of threw me for a loop.
All right, talk to me. Why was that?
I just didn't see it coming. So I think CJ.
So he was talking all that shit just to go to Houston?
Well, so it sounds like he knew, because he's I think he's one of those streamers. Like he streams, and he kind of was like, "Yeah, I just asked them to send me to a place where I could ball, so they sent me to Houston."
You think Howie honored that?
I think he did. I think Houston is competitive. It's not like he shipped him to Cleveland. So I'll say this. I think he's prepping for the Jalen extensions, the Jalen Hurts extension, and the Jalen Carter extension.
They just paid Jalen. They literally just paid Jalen Hurts like last year.
It's on the way.
No. They gave Jalen Hurts an extension during our time here.
Let me see. I thought this was year 2 of the extension, or year 3. What year is this? 2025. Yeah, he got 2 years left.
Now, no. Question. Go ahead.
No, he has 3 years left. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like next year will be the year for the Jalen extension. Kyle asked about Mekhi Becton. I think Mekhi is gone, and I think we expect here. I'll say this about Mekhi Becton: the longer he's out there, the better chances of him coming back to Philadelphia, because he has said he wants to come back to Philadelphia. But I know the Eagles, you can't pay all 5 of the offensive linemen. They all can't be top 3 paid in their position. So you got to, because the Cam Jurgens extension is coming this offseason. At some point, you got to play Tyler Steen. I think Tyler Steen should be the starting right guard. I know they traded, like in that CJ Gardner-Johnson trade, a guard from the Texans came over, but apparently he's terrible.
You didn't think you guys could have afforded to sign Milton Williams? It sounded like the more like after the Patriots officially had signed him, and I was just reading more into Milton Williams. It sounded like a lot of people thought Milton Williams was like one of the top 3 or 4 best free agents out there. So he was going to get his money. I'm surprised that Howie didn't have a little something in mind there.
Well, remember last year? So last year, Howie extended Devontae. He extended AJ. Like now they're talking about trading Dallas Goedert, Darius Slay. Like I really think he's prepping for that Jalen Carter extension. that's coming next year.
You think Jalen Carter's going to be the highest paid defensive tackle ever?
Yes, Jalen. He's going to be the highest paid defensive. Like whatever TJ and Micah get, Jalen's going to get more. Like whatever the top of the market is, Jalen Carter's going to get more.
I do think that helps defensive linemen is that if you're a good defensive lineman, no matter if you play inside or outside, if you're a really good defensive lineman, I think they're going to pay you what base level, like defensive. I think it's not going to be position wise, it's going to be defensive line wide. And if you know anything about them defensive linemen, boy,
once they, and then you got the Jordan Davis extension potentially next year. I don't think he gets it, but that's on the horizon. It's a lot. So I think Howie is prepping for, like Hal said, so Hurts cap hit in 2028 is $47.5 million. Howie not gonna let that happen, but he's under contract until 2028. So they're probably looking to get an extension done. I would say Cam Jurgens this offseason. Next offseason, you're going to get your Jordan Davis decision. But then the year after that, you got Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and then the year after that, you got Quinyon, Coop. And that's too far ahead. I'm trying to think 2 years ahead. So Cam Jurgens this offseason. Next offseason, you might get a Jalen extension and talks over Jalen Carter extension.
It's hard being a GM in the NFL, boy.
And Howie said he wants the young boys to play. So,
what league do you think is harder to be a GM in, the NBA or the NFL?
I would say the NFL because the NBA, like everyone has a max salary, right? Like if you have this,
well, not everybody.
Well, most people do. That's true.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk, and then I'm gonna go.
Let me think. I would say it's easier to be an NBA GM in regards to making the numbers work. Nah, I take the NFL because NFL is a hard cap. Like NFL is like.
You're saying now you're coming to my side. I would say it's harder to be an NBA GM because this is like fully guaranteed money. Like you have to spend this money, and it's fully guaranteed. So when we give somebody a bag, like either we are paying this bag, or we got to find somebody out here that's willing to pay this bag. With the NFL, I can give you a 4-year contract, but if I front load 75% of this bitch in the first 2 years, then back 2 years, let after that second year, you is average. We get you out of here before that third cap. I ain't even touching your third cap. Just release you. If you would have said 6 years ago, how the Chargers would get rid of Joey Bosa is by straight up releasing him, I would have laughed you out the building.
Yeah.
And then you look at it now, it's like, damn, they just straight up didn't want to pay him at that number. So they just essentially fired him.
So I'm with you. I think NBA. Because
that's why in the NFL, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's why in the NFL, I feel like every offseason there's like 2 or 3 free agency news that you're just like, they let this player go. And it's simply because that team didn't want to pay that player at whatever age that money against their salary cap.
Yeah. Now that, yes. And the
Grady
funny thing,
I saw Grady Jarrett. I said, well, now why in the hell would they release one of their better defensive tackles? Not even an hour or so later, brother already got a new bag. Same way about Xavier McKinney last year.
Yeah.
There were games where I was watching the Packers defense and watching Xavier McKinney making plays, and I was dead ass like, the Giants let him just walk out the building. Saquon Barkley, I just know by game 5 or 6 of last year, Joe Shine was sitting around saying, dog, we had $15 million. Like we could have just gave him.
Because you just gave that deal to Darius Slayton. You legit just gave that same deal to Darius Slayton.
Like, I know they were just like, we could have just given him 15. I know the owner had to come by and say, why didn't we just give him 15 so we could stay here and just not?
Boy, I wish Hard Knocks would double back and go to the Giants.
Now, after last year, no team wants to do it.
No, hell no. That's the one and only. How hard did you laugh when you saw Sam Darnold go to the Seahawks?
Oh, brother. Not as hard as I laughed when I saw Geno Smith to the Raiders. I said, these damn fools. I know this is about to work out. Let me tell you something. Sam Darnold to the Seahawks with questionable offensive line, good running back. one and a half good receivers, middle of the pack.
Mid.
Now, the Las Vegas Raiders, ladies and gentlemen, here's how the Las Vegas Raiders are going to work out. And I'm telling y'all right now, the Las Vegas Raiders are either going to be like 10-7, 9-8, or like 5-12. Like they're either going to be decent or they're going to be piss poor. And Pete Carroll is really, really, really rebuilding. Because like here's the thing with Geno Smith, it's either going to go good or this is going to go bad.
Like I think Geno Smith you can pencil him in for 6 to 8 wins and go from there. Like the floor is 6 and the ceiling is probably 12, but you hope for 8. Because you're fighting for the wild card in the AFC West. You're fighting for the wild card.
But now are you assuming the AFC West puts another 3 teams in the playoffs again?
No, but I know that division belongs to Patrick Mahomes until otherwise.
And then if you assume the Chargers are going to make it, I mean, the Broncos got a lot better.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are the worst team in that division.
Is there a world now? Let's have this conversation. Is there a world where the entire AFC West makes it into the playoffs?
No, that world does not exist.
It's possible though.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of another division where all 4 teams you can make a like the
AFC North, right? I mean,
yeah, like that. There are better odds at the entire AFC North.
No, because Cleveland's going to be bad. And I don't think Cincinnati's going to get significantly better the way they're letting some good players go. So it would be between the Steelers, depending on the QB, who we'll talk about in a little bit. But I still think that's the Ravens division. The AFC South, come on, bro.
Yeah. NFC North.
And then there's the AFC
East,
which
no.
I think it's going to take some of them other teams another year before they're able to catch up to the Bills.
I'm just trying to think around the league. Is there a division?
The AFC West, and I think I'm okay. I'm going out on the early limb. Entire AFC West makes it in.
You don't think the NFC North could put all teams in, all 4?
AFC
No,
North.
I'm saying just around the league. What division put all 4 teams in legitimately?
I mean the NFC North, maybe. I need to see. Listen, every year the Chicago Bears win the offseason, and every year they also pick within the top 10. So I need to see it before I can believe it.
Fair enough.
I got to see it before I believe it. And I'm going to keep telling y'all, the Vikings and the Lions both lost a lot of good players.
They did.
And they had to re-sign players who were pretty good. I'm not going to say they were bad, but they're not as good as the players that are losing. The Lions lost Carlton Davis.
Hey, man. All I know is bring those bums to Philadelphia for week 1 so we can kill that noise off rip.
It's not going to be the same Lions team, though.
I don't care. Amon-Ra was like, I want to be in Philly for week 1 so they can see what we look like with a healthy defense. All right, champ. Let's Saquon run for 150 on y'all. Bring Jared Goff to the link. Come on, Jared. Come have a conversation. We just want to talk. We ain't going to jump you.
The Chiefs signed an offensive lineman, lost an offensive lineman, but then they also signed Elijah Mitchell. What do you think that's?
I am at the point of this Chiefs team. It doesn't matter. They are going to the AFC Championship game.
I mean, they seem to make it there.
I don't care who is like, they're going to the AFC Championship game. That is the floor. Until otherwise. Like that, Cal said all 4 teams have never made a division, so he's going to say none. And that typically if 3 teams make it, it's because they've beaten up on that 4th team. And that is going to be the AFC West.
Who's the 4th team then? The Raiders?
The Raiders. Everyone's going to beat the piss out of them.
But what if they don't? I'm legit saying, like, what if everyone in that division goes
They split with each other.
Yeah. So you play how many divisional games? 6.
Yeah, you play one twice, so 6
So what if everyone in that division goes like 2-2?
against each other. That math doesn't math. They have to be 3-3.
That's what I meant. 3-3. Like if everyone went 3-3 against each other. I mean, they would only be separated by like a game.
Yeah, and then it's common opponent and stuff like that.
I really listen.
I would not put money that 3 teams from the AFC.
Nah, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not putting money on it either. Like I'm not putting money on all 4 teams to make the AFC.
And like, if there is one division that can get 3 teams in, it's going to be in the NFC because the NFC is weak, and it's probably the NFC North.
You believe in the Bears, but again, they win the offseason every year. And
well, it's you, the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings.
And the Vikings lost. The Vikings and the Lions lost a lot of good players.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying yes, 100%. But the NFC is still weak, and I still think those, especially the Vikings, can still make the playoffs.
Speaking of the NFC, what do you think about the Panthers making J.C. Horn the highest paid corner in the league?
What else they gonna do, man? What else they gonna do, man? They got the money. They released Miles Sanders. Like they've made a couple of signings. Apparently, Milton Williams is supposed to go there, and he's like, "Nah, they're gonna go to New England." Like, all right, man. Like the Panthers, you're fun. It's fine.
New England was like, "Hey, brother, do you really want to go there?" Like, what's his name? Mike Vrabel went in and was like, "Bud, listen, there's 2 things you can do in life. You can make the right decision, you can make the wrong decision.
100%.
Look at that organization in Carolina and ask yourself, is that something you really want to be part of?
100%. That's exactly how that conversation went. He said, "I had Ryan Tannehill and the Titans as the 1 seed in the AFC.
What the fuck
is a billion times better."
Yeah, what the fuck you can't do? Speaking of QBs, where do you think Mr. Rodgers signs?
It's got to be
Pittsburgh.
It's got to be Pittsburgh, man. Like I just imagine a locker room with Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and Darius Slay. Pure comedy.
What do you think that looks like? What do you think it sounds like?
And Cam Hayward sitting in the corner like, "Yeah, dog, it might be time for me to call it." Cam Hayward being like,
sitting in the corner like,
"Yeah, this is it for me."
I wish they would run that in-season Hard Knocks back with them.
Yeah, this is the season. And TJ Watt said, "Man, do I really want to come back?"
Aaron, you can call it. You can call it.
Don't go to New York, Aaron. You don't want to be a Giant.
Aaron, do you really even want to play anymore?
I will say though, Aaron throwing to Malik Neighbors, that might win you the championship.
Listen, because you know he gonna get the ball to Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, he and Matthew Stafford are cut from the same cloth. We can put the ball in places no one else can get it.
But here's my thing with New York. They've been pushing hard to try to get quarterbacks. What are they going to do with a number 2 or 3 pick then? They would still draft the QB?
Travis Hunter, you are a New York Giant.
Nah, he won't make it. Travis Hunter is going to the Patriots or whoever.
No, who is it? It's Tennessee, Cleveland, New York, right?
Yeah, Tennessee, Cleveland, Giants, Patriots. Oh yeah, Travis Hunter will be a Patriot.
Travis Hunter, you are a New York Giant.
I think he's a Patriot.
Really? Because I think Shador goes to Cleveland. Either Travis is a Titan or Travis is a Giant.
I think the Browns are going to fuck around and draft Cam Hayward. The Giants are going to draft Shador.
I don't think Shador.
I think Abdul Carter goes number 1 overall.
Here's a hot take. I don't think Shador makes it. I don't think Shador gets drafted before 17. Because who would draft him? The Titans would. They're not going to do it. I don't think anyone in the top 10 will. Maybe the Jets.
You think he sits behind Joe Burrow?
No, I mean, the 17's the ball for me. So, the Seahawks might draft him. I could see that happening. The Bucks, Broncos wouldn't. The Steelers might. Chargers wouldn't. The Packers wouldn't. The Vikings wouldn't. The Texans wouldn't. I'd love to. I read earlier that I'd love to see him as a Ram. Because this is the last year of Matt Stafford. Who else to learn behind?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This JJ McCarthy thing in Minnesota has got me looking at my QB depth. Ooh.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Any of these signings get you excited for fantasy?
I think to your point earlier, I was if Aaron Rodgers does sign with Demarcus Robinson to the 49ers.
Oh. They have gutted their team.
Why would Greg keep asking when the league year starts? It's already been open. People just can't sign free agents.
Yeah, Greg wants to know. Yeah, because you can make trades. Greg wants to go in there, and he trying to sign Aiden Hutchinson. He trying to put Derek Carr on his roster for someone picks him up.
People will be able to sign free agents after the rookie draft.
I think we might need to put that in the chat. Oh, there it is. Yes, after the rookie.
Khalil Shakir and Josh Allen.
Yeah, Shakir got extended. Yep.
I know, obviously I got our DEI MVP plus his favorite slot receiver. If Rodgers goes to New York throwing to Malik Neighbors, I mean, whew.
Yeah, I think for you.
And Jacoby Myers got an upgrade at quarterback too, so he should be. I mean, he's our number one wide receiver, so there's a good chance. And then with JJ McCarthy now being deemed the starter, I mean,
I'm very excited, and this is a long shot for Zach Charbonnet because you can't throw the damn ball. Who are you going to throw it to? Time to run.
So nobody wants Gus Edwards?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't want him either. Go ahead. Get up off this roster, Gus. All right.
Be blessed. I'm trying to pick up a Raven to trade to Bam.
Yo, y'all have to stop trying to rob Bam.
I'm not trying to rob him. I just know he likes a certain team.
Ooh, and I got D-Hop. Yo, let me tell y'all, the Las Vegas Horned Ducks are going to be a legit squad this year.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I say this respectfully.
Talk to me.
How many old receivers go to Baltimore and get better?
But if he's the number one or a number three, I'm not mad.
Okay.
Listen, I mean, I also got my wide receiver room is looking nice. Khalil Shakir, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Jamison Williams, Jacoby Myers, D-Hop, Keyshawn Booty, and Troy Franklin. Running back room is where I may need some help. I just got A-Chan, Chase Brown, Marshawn Lloyd, Ramondre Stevenson, and Jordan Mason, and Tajay Spears.
I need a little bit of help. A little bit of help everywhere.
Listen.
One thing at a time.
Listen to this. Jared Goff, J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, and Josh Allen.
Not bad.
Now, some people may say that the commission doesn't have a way of constructing his team, but I went to the GM school of who, Danny?
Howie Roseman. The best in the game.
Listen. Now, if somebody would like to make a deal for maybe a tight end, I got Jatavian Sanders. I got Theo Johnson. I don't know if I'm trading Jonnu Smith. If you're looking to maybe trade for Ramondre Stevenson, it's going to take a deal.
It's going to take what? He's still a free agent.
No, he's not.
Reminder is not a free agent?
No.
I don't know why I thought he was a free agent.
Me and Kyle were trying to have some conversations. I don't know if me and Kyle are we weren't necessarily seeing eye to eye.
That's okay. That's what the just keep plugging away.
No, that's okay. But what I will do is I will let people know that Ramondre is potentially up for a deal, unless you have a deal for me right now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm still having player meetings with my roster to see if they want to be part of this organization.
Yeah, y'all still chasing that championship glory from the yesteryears.
At least I know what glory feel like.
Oh, I will soon. Trust me. I will soon. I want to let everybody know that at this year's owners meeting, we will be voting on the tight end premium. 27. We're going to be voting to remove an IDP this year. So going into this season. So we're either going to keep rosters the same, remove both IDPs, and replace with one additional flex and one wide receiver or RB slot, or we're going to remove one IDP, replace that with a flex, and double the current points scored by IDPs.
Kyle commented on the trade that you two wanted to make. Hold on.
Yeah, Kyle said the trade I wanted centered around selling Michael Pittman for a future first. Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep my first. I keep trading my first round picks, and like this situation where Rojo kind of annoys me because I kind of wish I would have had my picks, but I ended up getting the better pick, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't want to keep doing that, so I'm trying to keep my first because I never know who I might have to replace next year. The last thing that we'll be voting on is, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And the owner meeting, it's coming up, right? Here, let me check the pin message because.
Oh wait, I'm acting like I don't have the pinned message in
here. Yeah.
Owners meeting is 3/16. So that's Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. So
I think you might want to put a reminder, because they're gonna forget. I knew it was coming up, and that's when our dues are due too, right?
Before the rookie draft.
Okay. Oh yeah, 5/1. Is that 11:30 a.m. Eastern?
Whenever you can. On that.
No, I'm talking about the league owners meeting is 3/16 at 11:30 a.m. Is that your time or Eastern time?
It's probably y'all's time.
Oh man, I'll be in the middle of church. Can we make it? Can we do it 11:30 Pacific?
All right, we'll do it my time then.
Perfect. So 2:30 in the afternoon. That sounds great.
Yeah. So, or maybe I have to. Is anyone interested in trading for Troy Franklin?
Probably not. Like I'm trying to hold off until the draft, unless something just blows me away. Like I'm kind of interested in JSN, but I'm not.
Kyle said he might be interested in buying Ramondre around the NFL draft. We'll see. We will see. You want to talk a little hoops?
Let's talk some hoops.
It was an interesting week in the NBA and on. LeBron expected to miss about a week or two with a groin strain coming in that game 7 that they played in Boston. Boston rested their players for that game, then rested their players after that game. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Luka said that there's this. He's starting to see this thing about how at first he thought it was a rumor, but it really is true that everyone gets healthy to play the Lakers, and I'm glad the world is just slowly starting to notice it. People see the Lakers on the schedule. Anybody that's unhealthy, they just target that Lakers game for the return, or they'll rest players around that Lakers Don't let it be a big Lakers game.
Still haven't watched. I take that back. I've watched like 2 minutes of Luka in the Lakers uniform.
You gotta let it go, my brother.
It's not that I can't. It's just so hard. I just can't do it. I can't.
You gotta let it go, my brother. Hey,
I can't. I just can't.
You can always don that purple and gold.
Never.
That purple and gold.
Never.
Come on, my boy.
Nope.
Come on.
But I still wish him the best.
Because I love show.
Never.
It's Lay Magic. Lay Doncic.
Nope.
Yeah, come on. You can get behind Lay Doncic. Get behind Lay Doncic.
I want to see Lucas. I want to see him succeed, but no.
Listen, he coming back to y'all's spot soon.
Yeah, it's like this week. It's either this week or next week, right? His return.
Y'all better get ready. That boy coming to put 30.
I hope he drops 60.
You not watch, so you done watching basketball for the year?
Yeah, I watch. Hey,
camera on me. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. You can listen. He can't even watch his team play. He can't even watch. He can't watch basketball right now, y'all.
I can't. Like, I watched some of that Suns game over the weekend. I was like, what the fuck is this, man?
Yo, they played with 7. They finished the game with 7.
7. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The basketball gods are mad at the Mavs.
They should be.
Why Nico he be watching the games from the tunnel now?
Nico be watching games from the basement. He know. I don't like if I was there, I don't give what the pull. I throw something at that man. I have never hated another brother so much in my life. I'll stand on that.
Mark Cuban ain't happy about it either.
I have never hated another black man more in my life than the way I hate Nico.
Really? Is that how you feel?
Really? That is exactly how I feel.
You think if MLK would have known that Jesse Jackson had something to do with it, you think he'd hate him? Nico? Or you think he'd use that God?
After reading his book, I think he would use that God. He's only gotten angry. He's only admitted to being angry like twice.
Oh, see, maybe I got to find more God in me. I got angry twice.
He had a special version of God. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about Steph Curry, who's on the verge? I think he passed 25,000 points, on the verge of 4,000 threes. Shaq was talking about it last week that we need to start mentioning Steph Curry in not only the top 5 point guards ever, but like top 5, like the GOAT debate. What are your thoughts on that?
Here is my response to anyone who talks like that. Who do you take out? Who you removing to put Steph in?
You got Jordan, you got Bron, you got
Kareem, Wilt,
Kobe.
Magic, Shaq. Right? Like who? That's 6.
Kobe.
Yeah, I counted Kobe.
Oh.
Like who do you?
You already said Bird.
I did not say Bird. 7. Isaiah Thomas.
8.
Like, who are you taking out?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. I don't know about David, but Tim definitely.
Let's see. Who else am I forgetting? I mean, you got
some people want to throw Dwayne Wade. I am not in that group. Sometimes I think we overrate Flash a little bit, but that's me. Kevin Durant. Like, who are you taking out to put Curry in? So Kyle's like, Tim Duncan is the line. He is in that same.
Would you take taking Tim Duncan out to put Steph Curry in the top 10 in that GOAT conversation?
That's tough, man. Tim Duncan's the best power forward ever. Is Steph Curry the best point guard ever?
Listen, I'm looking at.
Oh, we didn't say Bill Russell either, so thank you, Kyle. Russell. Like, who do you take out to put Steph in? Exactly.
I think there's an argument for best point guard ever, though.
Yes, I will listen to that 100%.
Well,
But if it,
Steph has proven to me he can be in the GOAT and he can be in the best point guard ever.
I'm not saying he can't. He 100% can. But who do you take out to put him in? Right? You see Nick Wright does like club whatever during the NBA season. Same thinking. Who do you kick out to put him in?
I got some 10 A's and 10 B's.
What?
Like I might do like 4A, 4B.
Oh yeah, that's what I prefer to do tiers because I feel like tiers is a little easier to digest. So even if you're at the top of those tiers, the GOAT tier.
I like to do generations. So during the Coke era, you got to say Magic and Bird.
The who era?
During the Coke era.
Okay. What about segregation?
That was Bill Russell.
That was Wilt.
And Wilt. And then after that came the Coke era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Bird, Magic,
Isaiah.
And then we had the 90s, which was
Jordan,
Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley in there. Malone,
Stockton.
Yeah.
T-Mac, maybe.
T-Mac is 2000s.
2000s, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Vince Carter.
I would put Vince Carter in 2000s, but I would take Curry over Vince Carter 100 out of 100 times. Same with T-Mac.
So then in the 2000s, you got D-Wade, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq,
Iverson.
I
would take Curry over Iverson.
KD.
Would KD be 2010s? Because KD came in what, 08?
08.
Something like that when he was at Texas?
Yeah, 07, 08.
But my only thing, who are you taking out to put Steph in?
I might take Tim Duncan out.
So, yeah, I think Cal was on something with Tim Duncan being the line because that is. So, Cal's saying he's take Isaiah out for Curry. This might be a generational thing. I would take Curry too, but I never saw Isaiah play it, and I know the way people talk about Isaiah. Like, Isaiah is the only one who told Jordan, you got to get the fuck out of here, and kicked him out of the playoffs multiple times.
Kenneth Gainwell to the Steelers.
Oh, good for him. I'm glad Kenny Gainwell got paid. Good for Kenny.
You think he got that bag?
I hope he did.
Well, oh man, I don't know about this. So I got a prize picks going.
Mm-hmm.
Tobias Harris over 14.5 points. He's at 10 points with 3:55 left in the game.
No, not getting that.
3 baskets? 2 baskets? 3 baskets?
In 3 minutes?
Yeah, you're right. Brooke Lopez over 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's at 17 with 3:14 left in the third.
He's going to get that.
Giannis, over 51 points, rebounds, and assists. He's at 35 with 3:14 left in the third.
Okay, that's a stretch.
Tyrese Halliburton over 9.5 assists. He's at 9 with 3:14 left in the third versus Milwaukee.
Okay.
James Harden over 34.5 points and assists. He's at 19 at half.
Okay. There's still hope. Who are they playing?
Pelicans, and they're down by 10.
Okay, yes. Then his usage, because Kawhi is out, right? That's rhetorical. Of course, Kawhi is out.
He was playing the other night, though.
Yeah, that's why he's out now.
Yeah, no, Tobias Harris might be done because they're up 13 with 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Should have took the under. Price picks is hard, man. Kyle said that KD was drafted in 07, by the way.
Yeah, I was close. I said 08.
Let's see. You think SGA is a lock to win MVP despite this being Jokic's best statistical season by far?
No, I think we're at the point now where we are over the Joker fatigue and we're ready to hop back on that train. Especially if the Nuggets finish top 5 in the West.
But this is technically his best season.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think who won it last year?
Joker.
Joker won it last year?
Mm-hmm.
So if he wins it again, that'd be 4 MVPs, 2 back-to-backs. I'm okay with it. I don't care. Like
he's really good.
He's really good, man. Like that championship did everything for him.
It's crazy how it was like 3-4 years ago. We were like, he's good, but he can't play no. You know what I mean,
And now we called them the Vorp dorks.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Now every time he's on the floor, it's like, he's probably like one of the 2 best players on the court at all times.
Like I think we're gonna be in a couple of years, and shit, it might be if he wins another MVP. Like, is he in the GOAT conversation? Is Tim Duncan the line with him? Now, granted, Timmy has way more championships.
We need to. I would think Jokic has to maybe win 1 more.
I'd say maybe 2. Tim Duncan's resume is, but I don't. Tim might have 1 MVP though.
You know the crazy thing about I feel like the Europeans don't want to. Like, I think most Europeans who come and play here, I think if they could, they would take the Dirk career arc.
100%.
Like,
oh, so here's Tim Duncan, 5-time NBA champ, 5-time All Defense, 5-time All NBA, 3 Finals MVPs, 2 league MVPs. Yeah, Joker got some work to do.
Yeah, he need another championship, a couple more.
Yeah, he need another 2 championships.
He's got a couple All NBAs though. Definitely
not like Tim Duncan.
You think Giannis is being overlooked in this race though?
Yeah, because they've been a little bit underwhelming.
I think towards the beginning of the year they were. I think they turned around a good amount. It's just I think it's too little, too late now. They're fighting for.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So here's Jokic's 6-time All NBA, 3 MVP, 1 Final. Yeah, he's nowhere near Duncan. That conversation isn't. We're not there yet.
What if your employer kept giving you new bosses and just expected you to keep working for them? Would you get frustrated and say, "Yo, can y'all trade me too?"
100%. I would look for a new job. If there's no stability in management, then there's no stability for the worker bees.
So you're justifying how De'Aaron Fox felt when he
100%. Like once you fire Mike Brown after what he did in Sacramento, yeah, dog, you can kick me out too.
Then it's like, yo, y'all don't. Do y'all care about winning, or y'all just?
Oh, is this egos? Good for Swiper, and now he gets to play with Wemby. Great decision
When he's healthy.
Yeah,
blood clots is scary. That's what that was.
Scary.
It was like in his shoulder.
It's a blood clot in his shoulder, which is scary. But man, Swiper and Wemby. A lot of fun.
Why you didn't mention Chris Paul's leadership? He's been a leader.
Why didn't you mention Chris Paul's leadership?
Because you was talking about the Spurs, my good brother. What did you think about Charles Barkley's rant on the NBA coverage last week?
It's the hot dog meme. Who's responsible for this? We'll find them. Like, it's you. Like, the way they talk about NBA players or inside the NBA, as great as inside the NBA is, and all the awards they won, and rightfully so, I enjoy it. They do be shitting on players, and not only like just bench players, like stars. Like, he calls Anthony Davis street clothes.
Always damaged.
Like, he is a star in this league. They talk about Zion being fat, like looking like Charles Barkley's son, like if Shaq and Charles had a baby.
But do you think their coverage is better than ESPN, who only talks about the Lakers and the Warriors and only hyper focuses on those teams and asks questions around that and the LeBron versus Jordan debate instead of highlighting teams like OKC and teams like Cleveland and some of these smaller market teams.
Do you think Inside the NBA does a good job with that though? Like the small, like yeah, sure, they'll mention OKC.
Well, I think that was kind of the basis of what Charles was talking about because they do because they don't always get the Lakers and the Warriors. They get like tonight they're getting Milwaukee and Indiana, so they're talking about all the teams and they're breaking stuff down and they're talking about things league wide. So I think they're in between both. I think they sometimes maybe hyper focus on certain players and maybe they go a little bit too far, but they do talk about the game and they do acknowledge players and their performances and stuff like that. So,
because I think if you're talking about like the first takes of the world, but if you watch Inside the NBA, not Inside the NBA, NBA Today with Malika, like they talk about everyone like that. I think that is a great show that has great perspectives because you have like Zach Lowe's not there anymore, but you have like Windhorse and then you have like Richard Jefferson and Shanae Ogwumike. Like you have people who can talk about teams, what they're doing, how they're successful. So I think I know Charles is taking aim at like Stephen A. Smith, and I'm not going to fault him for that, but it's not like Inside the NBA doesn't have a hand in how the NBA is viewed by the, not the hardcore fan, by the way he talks about its stars. Like they play a game, who he play for.
Nah, but that shit do be funny.
It's funny, but the price is if Chuck doesn't know and it's his job to know who these players play for, why should I care?
You think Stephen A. cared the way LeBron confronted him at that game? Go ahead.
All I'll say, he was real quiet when LeBron was there. And now all of a sudden he chirping and he saying, hey man, Bron was right in your face.
Well, how's he been chirping?
He was on Gilbert Arenas' show today and he was like, I think that shit was weak. Bron was right there, Playboy. Don't worry though. Rich Paul gonna have them Escalades sitting out front. Don't you even worry.
What do you think? So you think? Well, I mean, he did kind of confirm. I guess.
And Stephen A. was mad at Richard Jefferson for talking to Bron about it because there's the audio leak to that. Like some mics picked up what they were talking about.
What did he say?
All Bron said was what Stephen A. said the next day. Like I was coming to him as a father, not as like stop criticizing my son on the floor.
And kind of speak on it.
I haven't heard Richard. I just know Richard and Bron was just like, yo, I came at him like a father. And Richard was like, yeah, I get it.
He said that at the game.
Yeah, like I think it was Celtics Lakers. And like some mics picked up on it. And then Stephen A. Smith today on like Gilbert Arenas show was like, man, I think that shit was weak. Dog, Bron was right in your face. You didn't hear me. I didn't hear you call him weak then.
What was Markieff Morris standing there doing?
You know exactly why Markieff Morris was there. Don't act stupid.
Nah, tell me. Fill me in. You think he's going to follow up just in case?
Hey, sometimes you might have to snuff a motherfucker. Like that's what he was there for.
So you think
that's why Stephen A. didn't say that shit was weak because Markieff Morris was standing over his shoulder. Bron might not touch you. What Markieff got to lose?
Bron gonna pay all his fees. Yo,
hey, Rich Paul got a slush fund somewhere.
This is what I'm gonna say. He was kind of laying it hot and heavy on Bronny. My thing is, this is the 55th overall pick in the draft. Why are we talking about him, man?
Why are we talking about him?
What about the other rookies in the league? We talked about the number 1 overall pick in how long? And
that's the point about NBA coverage. We have no idea who's going to win Rookie of the Year. Do you? Because I don't. I don't know none of these boys.
Kyle asks, quick question for us. Is Derrick Rose a Hall of Famer?
I'm going to say no. But he'll get in because it's very easy to get in. Like he has 3 All-Stars, 1 All-NBA, and 1 MVP, and 3 All-Star appearances. That ain't Hall of Fame to me.
I think it'll.
That's a no for me, dog.
I don't think so, but I hope so. That's a tough.
He'll get in. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll get in.
I don't think it'll be on his first try. I think it'll be.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a down year.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a down year. And definitely gotta be on a down year. Stephen A. Smith said he came to me. That was a father who came to me. That was a daddy that came to me. That's what he said on First Take. And now that shit weak. That's funny.
Yep. He should have just chilled. He should have left it at that. Like,
what did you think he was about to say, Stephen A? That's cool, bro. Keep talking about my kid.
Right. So, whatever.
Talk to me about Unrivaled playoff picture.
Yeah, it's almost set. I think they played last night. Do they play tonight? Let me see. I think they play tonight. Or is it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday? When's the next?
Whoa, get this. Joey Bosa reached a 1-year, $12.6 million deal with the Buffalo Bills.
That's interesting. And also, Unrivaled playoff starts Sunday, I believe.
Any standout games?
I'm actually the Lunar Owls. So that's the team Skylar Diggins Smith is on. They have only lost 1 game all year. They're 13-1. Rose is in second place. That's the team Angel Reese is on. I don't know how you stop the Lunar Owls. Yeah, playoffs start on Sunday.
Lunar Owls is your favorite?
They're not my favorite. They're just the most dominant.
No, I'm saying your favorite to win it all.
Yeah, like that roster. They have everything. They can beat you with size. They have good guard play. I just think I like Rose, but they don't have enough scoring for me, right? You got Chelsea Gray, you got Kai, but it's just not enough scoring for me. Yeah, I put my money on.
How successful would you say this league has been?
I think it's been very successful. Have you gotten a chance to watch any of it?
I have watched some of it, and I asked that because I saw some NBA players were also investing in it as well. I saw
Steph Curry invested in it. Yeah, it's been very. I've enjoyed the games that I've gotten to watch. I prefer it. It's a great alternative if you want to watch women's basketball in the winter. But I am looking forward to the WNBA season. Did you see that picture of Caitlin Clark?
She getting kind of swole.
Yeah, she done put on some mass. Yeah, like and that team is built. We'll do a WNBA preview later, but dog, the Fever. All right.
They serious?
They looking nice, man.
Yeah, but the Sparks.
The Sparks, I'll spoil it. The Sparks are my sleeper team to make it to the semifinals because they don't have conference finals.
Talk to us. To us.
They have everything. I think they have everything. Get your Cameron Brink jersey now, or get your Kelsey Plum jersey now.
Yeah, I just got to make sure I get it after my Luka jersey.
You talk some wrestling and get out of here. That was a low blow, man.
I got to give the Luka jersey. It just came in to Nike. The Nike.
Like, what did I do to deserve this,
brother? So I can't get you the Lakers Luka jersey?
Fuck no.
But you can hang it somewhere.
I will hang it in the trash can.
If I sign it, like
if you sign it, like what? What is that going to do?
Hey, I'd be sending you something before I ship Achilles' belt.
Shout out to Keely.
Nah, I'm gonna send him that belt.
Oh, comedy.
He was like, "Yo, I ain't get the belt." I was like, "Yeah, I sent it to him." Then he sent that address. I was like, "Whoa!"
What are these extra numbers?
I was like, "Oh, that's that international shipping." I mean, I can't. This got to go through USPS. Now, how I look walking to USPS with this big.
I'm sure they've seen weirder stuff.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, some wrestling. Io Sky beats Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, setting up a match between Io Sky and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania.
Did you see that coming? I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that one coming, but I think I may be seeing a triple threat match coming soon.
Yeah, it looks like Io is fighting for her respect. She slapped the piss out of both of them last night.
Yeah, she had let it be known. You
know, and she should win at WrestleMania.
Now, if you really want to get in my conspiracy bag, my brother, I think my brother Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, gotta keep a champion of all ethnicities. So if you think about it, the same couple of nights later, which champion lost their championship? Shinsuke Nakamura. But who won a championship a couple of days earlier? Io Sky. Both Japanese wrestlers. One gotta lose, one gotta win.
But both of them can't have it at the same time because that's favoritism.
Now think about the other wrestling champions around the association. The tag team champions, that Chaos. The current champions are what?
YT.
Cody Rhodes. He's
YT.
Tiffany Stratton. She's
YT.
Chelsea Green.
YT adjacent?
Canadian.
Okay, YT.
Then we got to look at, what's shorty name? Lyra Valkyria?
Yeah. The U.S. champion.
And then Braun Breaker.
I don't know what Braun is. He Italian?
He Scott Steiner's nephew or something like that.
I don't know. I ain't gonna speak ill on Braun Breaker because that man might beat my ass.
All right, YT adjacent.
YT adjacent.
Gunther.
Big YT.
Then the NXT champion's an African.
For now.
Think about
so we got to mix this up.
So now think about the contending WrestleMania matches. Think about the number one contenders, my brother. The revolution shall be televised.
I heard that. Can't wait for the revolution to be televised when John Cena, when YT passes to YT, or when Tiffany loses to Charlotte. I'm not looking forward to that.
Tiffany is not losing to Charlotte.
I hope she doesn't.
Listen, someone's got to. You got to think at WrestleMania. Some people got to retain their championship. Some people got to lose. Can't everyone go and lose it on the same night?
Get Charlotte away from the title scene.
Someone's going to cost Charlotte the belt.
Good. Force her to
Probably
go
Becky
beat.
Lynch.
Force her into a feud that does not involve a championship. Make her do something else.
Probably Becky Lynch. Watch.
Good.
Or Tiffany might beat her straight up clean.
Even better. Send her to the back of the line.
Damn, you think?
I am so sick of Charlotte in the title scene. Like, go make her do something else. Go make her evolve as a character.
What about that? Speaking of women's drama, what about this Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi? Now, I'm not trying to say Los Distradames might have been right, but here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think I was wrong.
I'll take it a step further. I don't think we're done. I don't think it was Naomi by herself.
Nah, she said she did it.
She did. I don't think she did it by herself. But like, look at Jade. Look at Naomi. How the hell Naomi do that by herself? She hit her with a sledgehammer?
She said she pushed her.
Nah, man. I think that's too clean. There's got to be something else to this.
Well, Bianca clearly didn't know, or did she?
That's what
She said she didn't, my brother.
we got to see Bianca and Jade throw hands. I'm sorry.
You got to open up your third eye.
I want to see them fight. I don't care about Naomi. No offense. I'm trying to see them two powerhouses move some earth.
Well, here's my thing. I think maybe Jade Cargill or Naomi is going to cost Bianca the championship at WrestleMania.
Good. I just need to see Jade and Bianca in the ring fighting each other.
I think Naomi is going to end up alliancing with one Bianca or Jade. I just am not sure who. Am not sure who.
I need Bianca and Jade to move some earth together. We need this.
Why do we need this?
Because they are two powerhouses.
We got them. We fucking got them. What do you think about CM Punk, Seth Rollins steel cage match last night? The return of Reigns.
The best part of that whole thing is when Paul Heyman was helping CM Punk, and he was like, "What?
So this your man's?
This your man's? This is what I do to your man's." Yeah. Murdered CM Punk.
So what's it looking like? Triple threat?
Oh, it's a triple threat. I'd even go for it, man. Put it in Hell in a Cell. Let's do it. If we're going to do it at WrestleMania, let that be the main event night one.
But I need to know what this... Remember, he owes Paul Heyman Punk a favor. Why would it not have something to do with the championship, though?
It has to. I don't know what it is, but... Or would you want a triple threat? Excuse me. Or do you just want Roman versus Seth? Because a part of me wants... Because how does CM Punk fit into... Like, what is Punk's beef with Roman?
He just speared
other
him.
than Paul Heyman.
He just speared him.
Because I feel like the hate between Seth and Roman is real.
And remember, CM Punk was the one who eliminated Roman and Seth.
Yeah, he did at the Rumble, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Okay, now we got something. Dog, did you see last night? They were calling each other MFers, flipping a bird. That's hate. I think they really hate each other.
Nah, there's no thank you, my brother. They don't really like each other.
They hate. Like, I think Roman likes Seth behind the scenes. Like, I still think they're cool, but I think CM Punk and Seth like hate each other.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not too friendly.
So,
what about what you think about Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre now?
I mean, it's okay. Like, I'll give Damian Priest and Drew their due. I think there are the better wrestlers of their size. Like, it's usually men those size aren't flexible enough to do some cool things. I think those two are. I mean, like the suicide dives, right? Like, you don't see Braun. Like, when Braun Strowman wrestles, it looks like he can barely run. You know what I mean? Like,
he probably can.
That's what I'm saying. But like Damian Priest and Drew can do some things men that size shouldn't be able to do or can't do. Like, the suicide dives don't look like you saw Fatu botch that dive the other night on SmackDown. Like, a Damian Priest suicide dive, he jumps over the top rope because he can. Braun can't do that.
Yeah, no, Braun, I think he got injured or something because he be walking like his knees hurt.
He walked like Trump Stan. Like, he can't bend his knees.
Nah, DT be up there just kind of
like his knees be hollowed in. Like, I know this isn't comfortable.
And everywhere he be like just standing, he just be looking doofy. Like mad doofy.
And all that money, and they can't find that man a suit that fit.
Nah, he like his suits where they fit. That's why he don't wear the toupee either. Listen, he said he got money, and he's the fucking president of the United States, and he beat a case.
His pants be so baggy. I know it's a knee brace in them joints.
I mean, Brother's like what, 70 something years old.
That's true.
He probably don't know what year it is.
Do you think he calls the black staff at the Oval Office coloreds?
Oh man, nah, he don't give me colored. He give me straight Negro.
Oh, you say he calls them Negroes.
Yeah, he probably whisper under his breath.
Okay.
His brother. There's so many Negroes here today. That's what you guys say.
Who hired all these Negroes?
What year is it again? Are you sure? They'll be like, they're gonna tell them, sir, it's 2025. They're allowed. They're allowed.
For now.
For now. Yeah. He just been, yo, again, I'm gonna keep coming in here and saying it because it's so funny. He doing everything he said he would do, and people are still like, I can't believe he's doing this. I used to love Trump, and now I just don't know anymore.
You won't paying attention.
You won't paying attention, mamas. Someone out here put OBJ and Drewski in a Diddy case. Want to give a little creative silence to that.
Drewski said, I wasn't famous.
He was
in 2018.
Like, we was probably like, yo, what?
But Odell, that doesn't absolve you, my brother.
Man, if Drewski won't there, then how do we know she's credible to OBJ? How do we know any of this is real?
That's for the court to decide.
I think that's kind of some freak ass shit on the behalf of Shorty.
That is for the court to decide.
We gotta let the court decide. Mace. No, this one made me laugh. I'm sorry. So when Mace heard this news, he decided that Diddy's court date is going to be when he decides to drop his next album. Where do you think the hatred is?
I'm so glad he didn't stick to preach it.
Yeah, what would you do if I told you I wanted to be a preacher?
I'd support you.
Do you think I could take the good word of the Lord and tell it to the congregation and the people and all of his followers as we shine and try to live our life to be one like our Lord and Savior?
If God really called you, I'd support you however I could.
I don't really think that's my forte.
Same. For me either.
Nah, you definitely.
No.
You definitely give me a little Danny Jakes.
All right, it's time to go. Fuck you.
Ocean Osteen.
It's time to go.
Ocean Osteen.
Nope, I'm not gonna stand for this. No.
Kyle said, I have faith in you, D. That's funny. That's funny. That's a little play on words there. All right. What about R. Kelly said he got at least 25 recorded albums written?
He dead ass Lucius Lyon in jail. That's all I can think about. He dead ass Lucius Lyon.
What you think? What type of slaps you think R. Kelly riding in there behind the slammer?
I don't want to hear it. If he wrote "Trapped in the Closet While Free," I can't imagine what he writing in jail.
Nah, but how crazy do you look attacking old ass R. Kelly in the jail? But he in there just writing some shit and singing and humming that night.
I bet you everybody leave him alone. R. Kelly
in there humming them freak ass bull tunes. Girl, when I get out of his cage, I'ma love your body down.
Hey,
Call it cage love. I gotta be me.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
I gotta be me. Oh my goodness. Yo, Kels, It's over, brother.
It's been over. Don't let that stuff see the light of day. Lord.
Hey, R. Kelly, we all watched the interview with Gabe.
I'm fighting for my fucking life.
Robert.
Just.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Amber Rose asks why she never got an invite to any of the Diddy
They knew. Diddy was like, nah. She a little too juicy.
What? Hey, yo. Whoa. Yo. What is going on?
He said she a little too juicy for the freak offs.
Nah, she ain't oiled enough.
He said her head too smooth. He fall off that joint.
She ain't oiled enough. You like them oily. Yo, they was definitely dragging the amount of baby oil they found at his house.
I don't think so.
Nah,
Why would you lie about that?
Because it's the feds. They got to slander this boy name.
He did that enough when he was beating Cassie up in the hallway.
Man. Then came out with a video and said, yo, I was fucked up. I should like,
my bad, dog. All right, man. Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
They locked him up and said, yeah, no, we gotta get you off the fucking street, you criminal.
You not getting out of this one, buddy.
No, you are not. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'm crying. Dan, let the people know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Blue Sky at DannyOcean41. You can find us at SpeakOnIt_pod on Twitter, Tickety Talk, and all other social media platforms. What about you, D?
You can follow me on that X app with Elon and Trump. And
you got a true social handle?
Oh no, I ain't got no true social handle. I'm talking about the fleet of Teslas parked in front of the White House right now.
Dead ass Toyota-thon in front of the White House with Teslas.
Oh, how unserious is this country, man?
Not very.
Oh man. You can follow me on X, on IG, on SoundCloud, on Mixcloud at LosDMix. That's LosDeemix. Ladies and gentlemen, yo, one thing, I reinvested in the DJ business, and I bought a camera to start recording parts of my gigs. It's a pretty fancy kind of action camera. It has like a 360 fisheye camera.
Oh, so, that's dope.
If I would have ordered through the site, it would have taken 3 days. So you know where I had to go to? Amazon.
No, not the Overlord.
Of course, they had it, and I had forgotten that I had let my Prime membership expire. And they was like, get it to you tomorrow if you're a Prime member. So guess what I did?
You gonna get it tomorrow for being a Prime member?
I'm gonna get it tomorrow for being a Prime member.
I ain't mad at you.
But it came with like a invisible selfie stick, a tripod. I bought some lens covers, and I bought a little carrying case for all these things. I'm gonna test it out at the crib tomorrow when it gets here. See what I can do. Supposedly it's supposed to work good in low light too. So hopefully that can help me start getting a little bit more content going.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Listen, this is the busiest DJ month I've had since I started.
That's a good thing.
10 gigs this month.
Good.
Yeah. 10 gigs, and I only work Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. So
I'm excited to see it.
We don't see. So I can show off how diverse some of these crowds be, and because I'm not really the best at just kind of like putting all this I listen to all my mixes back, but I don't really put a lot of them out. That's mostly because I just do so many that I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, I feel like you do one a day.
either that, and I mean on weekends I DJ for like 2-3 hours at a time. So multiply that by 1, 2, or 3 days a weekend. If you from Thursday to Saturday, and I can be
Yeah,
practicing myself.
I got you. I'm excited to see it though. The camera.
We gonna see it. Yeah. But it cost me a penny, bro. It's one of them transactions that you just kind of gotta look away when you press place order.
Oh, I know what that's like.
Yo, how about the HOA sent that letter confirming today that we got to pay that fee for that insurance, bro. It was so tight.
Nope.
Everybody, it's like how we wrote it in the deed that it's not, you don't pay for your building, you pay like everyone pays for their percentage of share in the neighborhood. But when I saw that number of mine,
A lightning bolt.
I wanted to be a man of God and preach his word day to day. That's how Martin Luther King would have sounded after he would have said, somebody told a lie today.
Somebody told a lie today.
Somebody told. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us tonight. Please make sure you have a great night and a great week. We'll catch you right back here next Tuesday. I'm Los D Mix. This is Danny Ocean. Make sure y'all speak on it. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.